Hello there, morons. It's Victor. Give me a break, man. The king of the morons. This is a Japanese for morons JNEWS lesson. I teach you a little bit about what's happening in Japan, a little Japanese news, and we pick up some vocabulary. In front of you on the right, you can see a map of Japan. Right, I'm down here in Nagoya. Tokyo's over here. I don't know if you can see that. Blah. And to the north, the most northern prefecture, this whole island here is called Hokkaido. They have the worst driving record every year in Japan. Most people die there from driving accidents. They have the highest rate of automobile-related fatalities because it's such a huge place, and you see the highways are clean and clear, and you can just fly. I know because I've done it. I rode my motorcycle up there years and years ago. Anyway, Sapporo is right here, and I want to show you this before we go on with this. Here's Sapporo, as you can see. This is the capital. And the population of all of Hokkaido is about 5.6 million. Over here on the north coast, you see this? Do you see this? It says Monbetsu. Monbetsu, that is another tiny little city. Most of the cities in Japan and Hokkaido are pretty small, except for Sapporo. And some guy, the news story today is this guy rode his bicycle from Sapporo to Monbetsu. Now, I don't know, what is the distance there? I'm not sure what the distance is there, but let's see, if this is 50 kilometers, that's about 50, 100, that's about 200, So apparently he rode his bicycle all the way there and killed his grandma. Let me just close that private email there. Killed his grandma and, for money, killed her with a kitchen knife and stole her money. And I guess he was riding his bicycle back, and he abandoned his bicycle along the way. This happened last October, but they just arrested him on the 19th of November this year. So it took a while to figure out what had happened. Anyway, in the investigation, I guess, took a while. He's 23 years old. His grandmother's 93 years old, and that is a screwed up crime, right? I mean, as screwed up crimes go. Couldn't you just wait a little bit? She was 93. How much longer was she going to last? The average, what is the average lifespan in Japan? I think for women is like 82 or something. So she was well over her limit. He should have just waited her out. Talking to my students, they told me that apparently this grandma, and the funny thing is one of my students had his great-grandchildren. Very smart woman, by the way. She apparently was getting gifts from her occasionally, and the great grandma lived next to his old parents' house, or his parents' house. They lived next door, so he rode his bicycle up there, which is amazing because nobody rides a bicycle in Hokkaido. You drive a car; everyone has cars. Anyway, he rode over there, killed her with a kitchen knife that he found in the kitchen, and then rode back. And that's a screwed up crime. Not much else to say about that, except they found the. They're looking for the weapon right now. They're still looking for it, so they think they know where he threw it. Well, apparently he did because he testified against himself, which is something that Japanese cops are pretty good at doing. Japanese policemen have a kind of a mixed record when it comes to crime. In Japan, they boast a very high success rate in solving crimes, but at the same time, they are condemned by human rights organizations around the world for basically. I don't want to say torture, but being very persuasive when it comes to getting people to confess. Anyway, the vocabulary today. Let me show you the vocabulary here. I got a little vocabulary list for you. Okay, the headline here, and I just this is the video. It's on ANN-NEWS, and I will give you a link in the description. There's nothing really to see here except of course there are little signs here like jitensha de nihyaku rokujukkiro idou shi hankou ka. That's the headline. So let's look at the headline right now, which I've typed out for you, and I've put it in the description. So if you are studying, please check that out. So jitensha, of course, is bicycle. Yes, jitensha is bicycle, and by bicycle means de. By bicycle, we go backwards. 260 kilometers. Nihyaku rokujukkiro. Idou shi. Idou means to move. So he moved, and hankou ka? Hankou, of course, is crime. Ka is question, like, did he commit a crime? So is that what he did? The headline is saying, did he ride his bicycle 260 kilometers to commit a crime? I don't know why it says idou. I don't know why it says noru. Noru is to ride, but anyway, the word for great grandmother, which is something that you learn in Japanese school and then you forget because you almost never use it. I mean, how often have you ever have you ever needed to say great grandma? Sousobo, Sousobo. Here's the kanji for that. Sousobo satsugai. Satsugai is common when you read on crime articles. It means to murder or kill. No, this is the apostrophe S. No, and this is himago. Himago is great grandson, right? And there we go. Jitensha de 260 kilo idou shi hankou ka. Sousobo satsugai no himago. So this is the guy who killed the grandson who killed his grandma, his great grandma. Okay. The place name is Hokkaido, North Sea Road, literally speaking. Sousobo's great grandmother. Himago is the great grandson. Probably hiragana is fine for that. Satsugai, killing or murder, if you prefer. If you want to, look it up, you'll find that. Kane o ubau. This is why he did it, to steal money. Kane, of course, is money. Ubau is to steal. You can also steal someone's heart. Utagai is suspicion. So he was arrested on suspicion of kane o ubau, or stealing money. Arrest is taiho, and to be arrested would be the passive tense. He was taihosareta. Taihosareta. We just mentioned idou, which is to move. Hankou ni oyobu is to commit a crime. Kind of a formal expression. Hankou suru, or they usually just say the crime, like koroshita, toka, he killed her. You'll often see the next word in newspaper articles or videos about news, hamono, which is literally blade, but it almost always means a knife of some sort. Daidokoro is the kitchen, and the most common weapon in Japan, I suppose, would be the houchou, the kitchen knife. Okay, you can also say carving knife, whatever. To stab someone is sas. Also pointing is sas, but that's a different kanji. The quote in the article, in the video that you will see, which I do encourage you to go and listen to, copy it, download it, whatever you want to study, is daidokoro ni atta houchou de sashita. So daidokoro ni atta. Daidokoro is kitchen. Ni atta means it was there. Houchou is the knife. De by, we did by before, right? Sashita, stabbed. So he stabbed her. Of course, her is not in the actual sentence because it's in Japanese. The subject and object are also a given, or are often a given, so we don't need to put it in there. He stabbed her with a kitchen knife that was in the kitchen. Okay. Now, in the article, you also hear a little bit harder words for those of you who are advanced. Kyouki, which is a deadly weapon. In this case, of course, a knife. And they know that because he testified. The police questioned him and he said, yeah, I did it. Kyoujutsu shita, or kyoujutsu suru. The actual verb suru. When you put suru at the end of a noun, it turns into a verb. So he testified. In this case, to tell the police about a crime. And the noun is just the kyoujutsu, testimony or statement. That's basically your lesson. It's a pretty screwed up crime, but every country's got screwed up crimes. What can you do about that? Except don't kill your grandma. So during the class, I was telling my student, hey, I'm sure your grandchildren are fine. Don't worry about that. Anyway, that's your lesson for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back soon with another JNEWS. And I guess that's about it for now. Yeah, I plan to start increasing the number of lessons in December on the Patreon page. I'm going to do something every day. I think I can handle it. Okay. Maybe not a video like this, but some kind of lesson every day on the Patreon page. So if you're interested in more Japanese lessons, please give December a chance and support me. Thanks for watching, or if not, just give me a thumbs up on this video and leave me a comment. Okay? Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.